Hi everybody, Robin Hyatt here. I am going to give you some information, and then I'm going to do a reading from my book, Inside the Lemurian Crystal, which is on Amazon, or you can purchase it off one of my Etsy websites, and I can get it signed for you, so up to you. I think it's about the same price if you go either way. Have my Lemurian Crystal here. This is one I bought. Was one of my first ones I bought out of Brazil. I love it. Can't really see it too much in this video. Alright, so I made some notes of what I'm going to say, and this came probably about a week ago, so I just found it and I thought, ooh, I better give this information to you. So it says God will give us a reset. That's what we're in right now, is a reset. So as in the last video, see, and I did talk about a type of rapture in one of my videos, that the most of the deep evil will be taken off the earth. And it said, read Sodom and Gomorrah, Genesis 19, two angels came to Sodom and asked if they could find at least one, was it five good men, and then Lot got it down. And I was really actually quite shocked. Is it Lot and his wife? And how the angels came into his home, and then the people started gathering around his home, go, who are those strangers? And he opened the door and said, nobody. And they go, who are those strangers? And he goes, here, take my two daughters and do what you want with them and leave these strangers alone that are in my home. And so he served up his daughters, his innocent daughters. And I go, you know, women just didn't have a chance in those days. My mouth falls open when I read that in the Bible. But it said in this, even though after that time of the rapture, there will still be evil men left to walk the earth, not the deep, dark state evil. Washington, D.C. will almost be abandoned. Either people will be gone or they will leave the place. I don't know about destruction. We will have virtually no leadership. Each state I saw will take it upon themselves to govern their lands. So like I live in Idaho, so our governor will basically start restructuring and just focusing on our state for survival during this time. And each state will follow suit. So where you live is going to be very important, and how you feel about your governor will be very important, because if you don't have a strong governor, you're going to be taken over by naughty people. In time, you will need to get a type of okay by your state and another state if you want to move or to keep. Okay, so this was saying if you wanted to travel from state to state, like either on holiday or you want to move, you have to get the okay to leave the state and enter into another state, so they can keep everything organized and keep it even balanced, because some people in the United States will want to rush to a certain area, and they're going to have to close that down because it'll be overpopulated and it won't be able to feed or sustain themselves. I hope that makes sense. Another thing is everything will stay the same virtually, just less, because the population of the world will shrink. About 1/8. Good people will become stronger and more righteous because they will have more freedom to do so. Life and freedom will reconnect once again. We will sustain ourselves by our own hand. It'll say we will sustain ourselves half by our own hand. So we won't need to sustain ourselves fully. Just about half of our lifestyle will be sustained by our own hand. During this biblical time, biblical proportions will raise to its height. The true rise of the Antichrist will care for the whole world and bring forth tariffs and taxes and a rule of the world to organize it. So there will be one person that will try to bring this all together and into one humanity. And there will be tariffs and taxes again, and this person will rule the world to organize it. The people will show appreciation, but others will see what is happening and form their own self-sustaining communities. So that'll be very interesting. They will live in their newfound freedom for several years after this type of rapture event until the rise of the New World Order. So everything will be great until that New World Order comes into place. It will take almost about 5 to 10 years before it is fully ruling over the world. That is as far as they are letting me see. Then I got some stuff about politics, so this is just take it for what you want. Trump is working from keeping Soviet Union and Communist China from bonding and solidifying a treaty to bring war on the U.S. lands. Let Trump run this country. He understands the inside work to this. He has spent his life studying all these factors. So he was prepping himself prior to going into office. He didn't do this running into office, even though he's not my favorite. He's what we have, and he's here for a reason. And I've accepted that reason. I can't watch him on TV because it's just like, what? But he's here for a reason. And sometimes we don't understand that until things happen. Sometimes God gives us something that we don't understand, and then we'll understand later on God's time frame. So I'm going to read chapter 7, and I want to go through this. Let me focus this over here. I brought in something, because this is a drum that my grandmother brought from the Philippines, and I inherited it. And this is also hers. She traveled the world, and I'm not sure. She wrote numbers on everything, and I'm not sure where this came from. It has some nicks on it. It's not real wood. I'm not quite sure. It's like a mold. So I know because she didn't have a lot of money, but it's pretty cool. I'm not quite sure where she received this. If it was Alaska, I know she went to Alaska a lot. So I'm putting this in honor of her today. Crystals. Chapter 7. And this talks about the spirit. These are all channeling sessions from my book, Channeling Sessions. And we are here again to continue with this segment. We are thankful for this vessel, as she is giving her time and energy to these words that are very prophetic. They need to come forth to the masses, to those that believe. Not everyone believed when Jesus came down to earth. He prophesied, and he had followers, and they loved him, and he loved them. We are a people that is likened unto Jesus, for we taught love. We prophesied compassion, and to raise those up in need of being raised. As you see, this love, this kindness, this glory has been lost. Therefore, we are together to speak, to raise the vibration of an individual or several individuals. They must want it and feel it and come to gather here. This is the way. This is the preparation, and this is glory. We want those to hear these words, to seek truth, to raise yourself above your environment. There is so much hardship. There is so much hardship on this earth that it's catastrophic in many senses. The lack of love has gone strong on this earth, which makes man blind and selfish. This is where we come in. We are coming back to bring what was seeded long ago, that we have left here. But now we have returned for them, and we speak through them. as you would say, as a microphone. Excuse me. We are a people. We are a people that transformed this earth to where you are living now. When you have touched the soil, it is something that we made, and you should honor it and never disrespect it. Everything that is on this earth, which is of natural, came from us. It is glorified. This earth was glorified. The planets were very low. Now they're talking about in their dispensation. The planets were very low, and we could see them in the sky. It was glorious. The sun was a golden hue, amber in color, which soared across the sky and made it so. The clouds were golden and orange in color because of the color of the sun. Everything was deep green and beautiful. All colors were deep and bright. The fragrance of the air was clean. The water was pure, and it sang as it ran down the streams and waterfalls. We also created several things unbeknownst to you. Little oracles would bounce around. What these little oracles did is they cleansed the earth. They cleaned anything that had a low vibration. They would dance around either plant or animal or Lemurian until the vibration was raised up. You see, we look different than you, and this vessel can see us now. We were tall, as we have said before, of many skin colors, which made us quite interesting. We were a beautiful people. We walk your world today. You cannot see us, but we walk it, and we look at the devastation and the darkness. It almost comes to a point where we are scared to be here. It is such opposite of what we are, who we are. We see the destruction of the planet that we created. Our hearts break. Our hearts break. That is why we want you to listen to these words. We want you to hear them. If we can have you find peace in your soul, love and find kindness to the environment, for we will gather you together at a certain time and place, and we will show you many things. These things that you cannot imagine, you must see it. It is not something that I can describe. This vessel has been purified, her body, but she still reverts into fear because the fear of life is comfortable for her. We are trying to help her overcome that. We want her to release that fear, and we want her to trust us. We will take care of her. She does not need to worry. She is a pillar of strength, and we are going to release that fear from her, or for her, this night. That she will succeed. She will be calm. She will come to an understanding of all that we are doing here. For this is for her. This is for you. We love you. We love this earth. This earth is our baby. God allowed us to create this earth, and He allowed us to put man upon this earth. But man has gone far the other direction than we had hoped. We cannot stand for that any longer. Permission has been granted for us to come down to this earth through vessels as this, who is a seeker of these crystals. Thus she holds them in her hand. We use them to transmit our word, that which makes her stronger. She could do this without the crystals, but they just help make her stronger, and they also keep her calm. We will have many things and give many messages to you. This vessel is fading. I must let her go. Keep these words in your heart and touch the earth. Feel the dirt in your hands and know that you are touching history. We love you. We are here for you. We want every man, woman, and child to seek love, to seek the vibration of love, to understand the sacrifices that have been made for you. I end this transmission. Then she goes into part 3. I'll just close with this. We are concluding now. We are having many meetings in what you would call the starseed. There are many of us that gather together, whom are the heads, and we discuss what is happening upon the earth and what we feel and see. Okay, so I will continue on another segment. I might just go through this whole book for you. If you can't afford to buy it, then we'll go ahead and just read through it and kind of have a discussion on it. If you have any questions, let me know, and I'd be glad to answer them for you. Interesting that this book I wrote a year ago, 2019, a year before the pandemic happened, and it kind of talks about something shutting us down. And I didn't have the exact truth on what it was, but I think we're in that stage right now. You guys, peace out. Have a good day. Love you all, and be of good cheer. Thank you. Bye.